What up, YouTube? Timmons here. Now, since I'm doing reviews for Martin Scorsese movies because of Kills of Fire Moon coming out, here's my review for the last movie he did in the 1980s, and that is his religious-based film, The Last Temptation of Christ. Now, this is actually based on a book of the same name, and the film depicts the life of Jesus Christ and his struggles with various forms of temptation, including fear, doubt, depression, resistance, and less. The book and the film depicts Christ being tempted by imagining himself engaging in a lot of activities here, which caused outrage from some Christians. And yeah, I mean, I admit this movie isn't as, let's say, as intense as, let's say, Mel Gibson's Passion of the Christ, because Passion of the Christ, oh boy, that movie is one film you just cannot watch over again, because that does depict Jesus's crucifixion and everything, and it's an intense one. But Last Temptation of Christ, I feel like definitely does this type of stuff even more better. Of course, you have William Dafoe who plays the role of Jesus, and hey, William Dafoe as Jesus Christ, perfect casting. Maybe not as good as, let's say, Jim Caviezel as Jesus, but definitely, if I do ranking of like my top 10 favorite portrayals of Jesus, William Dafoe would definitely be on that list. And of course, you have Judas played by Harvey Keitel. Um, or of course, Jesus, who is of course the humble Judean carpenter, beginning to see that he is the son of God, and is drawn into revolutionary action against the Roman occupiers, by Judas, played by Harvey Keitel. And of course, despite like his protestations that love, not violence, is the path of salvation. The burdens of like being the savior of mankind torments Jesus throughout like his life here. And the movie also had a really great cast. You of course had Barbara Hershey as Mary Magdalene, she's terrific. Harry D. Stanton, who plays the role of Saul slash Paul Otarius. Um, you had Vernon Bloom, who plays Mary, who of course plays the role of Mary. You had David Bowie playing Pontius Pilate. David Bowie is really cool in this. I mean, he always, despite David Bowie being an iconic music artist, he always had some really good acting personality with it too. From stuff like Labyrinth to The Hunger. I mean, David Bowie has always been really fun to see in films and all. He even had like Victor Argo in this. Irvin he even had Irvin Karshner was also in this. Of course, the direct behind, he was the direct behind The Empire Strikes Back, so funny seeing him in this. You also had like Alan Rosenberg from Shameless fame. You had some really decent supporting cast members. I mean, this movie really depicts on who Jesus was as a person, what the type of temptation he included. I mean, this movie, of course, was very controversial because let's be real, any movies about religion is going to be controversial no matter what, no matter how you make it. And this really did was major controversy at the time. And I mean, it's not. Let me put it this way: it's not my favorite Scorsese film. Like, it's nowhere near, let's say, Goodfellas, which I'm going to be talking about that real soon. It's nowhere near as good, let's say, The Wolf of Wall Street, nothing like that. But it's definitely, I feel like it's definitely one of like Scorsese's most personal films and all. And I feel like he did a really good job at handling, everything that like Jesus went through and everything. And Willem Dafoe really embodied Jesus perfectly. Like, you know, with the face structure, he was great. Uh, stuff like, I mean, this definitely maybe one of Dafoe's best performances. Like, Willem Dafoe's always great. It is crazy to believe how he's never won an Oscar before. Maybe that will change with that new Paul Dance movie. Who knows? But yeah, Last Temptation of Christ is a really intriguing one. If you guys haven't seen it, let me see where you can find it. Mostly rent it on YouTube, Apple TV, Redbox. Give it a go. Well deserved to watch. Anyway, let me let you guys. Have you ever seen The Last Temptation of Christ? If so, what's up? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Where would it rank in your favorite Scorsese films? And bonus question: what's your favorite Christian religious movies of all time? Drop comment. Oh, by the time that new movie, The Book of Clarence, comes out, I'm thinking possibly doing my reviews for maybe Christian based movies, but we'll see. Biblical based films. Anyway, uh, drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simon Simon.